I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack. I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack them. Rushing like a bullet into the end zone. Defense, hold up, no scoring in the red zone. Throw it up, pick 6, I feel like I'm Josh Rowe. Throwing dimes over the shoulder, think I'm Jack Winmo. I need me back to back, trying to be like Vulture. Cause a storm, cause I'm mighty, it's in the culture. Esports TV, YouTube, Twitch, SFL live tuning, you don't wanna miss. I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack. I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack them. Next level like my entertainment. NXT on the stream, 8 p.m. on the beat. Catch me on the cam like I'm SFL commence. Yeah, you only got one chance, you can never miss. For the glory, revolution, feel my fury. Cause I'm a legend out in Canton, and I'm playing with dragons. I'm the king of this legion. SFL action, tuning this season.
Kickoff! Are you kidding me?
All they're gonna need is
Big pop, it's up in the air! And
Oh,
it's
God.
good.
Yeah.
There you go! And Mexico City's gonna win!
He's gonna go! Jason Power! Touchdown!
I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack. I've been waiting all week for some SFL action. On a big screen, I feel like I'm Ashley Jackson. Quarterback sneak, 4th and 3, man, what's happening? Touchdown, championships trying to stack them.
And welcome to the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music right here on Next Level Sports. Along with Mike St. Green, I'm Cameron Irvine. How you doing, Mike? Happy Thursday, Football Thursday to you.
Hey, happy Thursday to you as well, Cameron. It's definitely a football Thursday, and what better way to start it off than the two teams that we have here tonight, two former champions going at it, and, man, I'm looking forward to seeing how this matchup plays out.
This is a big game full of Hall of Famers and lots of just SFL legendary people. On the one side, you got Mexico City 6-1, fresh off a bye in the championship contender category. On the other side, you have the Atlanta Swarm, who have really struggled over the last few weeks. They are 3-5, but they are still in it, Mike. Just a game back of their division, tied with their division. Although you've got a loss of Florida in there, but still plenty of football left to go. This is huge for Atlanta tonight, Mike. This really means their season 6-6. You don't want to be in that mess.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be in that 6-6 crowd that I really have a good feeling that we're going to get there this season. But let's start on the offensive side of the ball for Atlanta. I mean, they have really no problems over there. Bryant Dynasty, the fifth-year quarterback, first in the league in yardage, first in the league in touchdown passes, and man, his main target is recently inducted Hall of Famer Boo Chisholm. He's pretty much approaching career numbers as well this season. He's first in the league in receptions amongst receivers, 877 yards on the season, is second in the league, and his 7 touchdowns is basically only 3 away from his career mark. So then you ask yourself, well, hey man, if they're doing all this on offense, why are these guys 3-5 and struggling to get to 500 and get back into that Eastern Division? 24 interceptions from Dynasty. That's tied for 27th in the league, which is pretty much at the bottom out of 28 teams. And that defense that we've come to know to really shut teams down. They're struggling, Cam. They're giving up over 430 yards a game, which is last in the league, and they're also giving up 33 points a game, which is tied for 27th in the league as well.
And on the Mexico City side, you've got a contrast of styles because they are killing it on the ground, Mike. Phoenix Jones and Ray Bentley, the 1-2 punch at running back, they're following the Louisiana offensive method, which got the Revolution in part to the semifinals last season. But Mexico City has found a rhythm, and when you talk to Ramos Lynn about the dynamic duo in the backfield, he says the beautiful thing is they're always fresh. Both running backs are always fresh and running hard, and they've been the catalyst to this offense, of course, led by the legendary Matt Wilson, Mike Daggs on today's graphic, and, names up and down this list. But Mexico City's offense has really been kind of a surprise this season, Mike, because of the way they've reinvented themselves.
Yeah, they definitely reinvented themselves with Phoenix Jones and Ray Bentley in the backfield, both but as halfbacks now as opposed to the fullback running back combination that they've been in the past. But let's talk about Phoenix Jones. His numbers overall, as far as rushing yards and yards per carry, are down, but he's tied for second in the league with touchdown rushes with 15, which is when you get inside the red zone, inside the 5-yard line with these guys, you don't know what's going to get you the right or the left. It's going to be Bentley or Phoenix Jones for sure. And these guys have done an excellent job of exploiting teams with this two running back combination. But also with this team, 41 points per game, Cam, that they're averaging, which is first in the league, and they've scored 40 or more points in 5 of their 7 games this season, and that's not a good combination or a good formula for a team that's struggling defensively like the Swarm to have to go up against tonight.
Yeah, and that is the matchup right there. If Atlanta cannot slow down Mexico City, this could be a track meet, but one that Atlanta is likely to lose. They need to get some stops, and that defense needs to step up. And Atlanta needs to play their game more than allowing Mexico City to dictate the pace today. I think that's huge for the Atlanta Swarm if they want to pull the upset today. Well, coming up in bonus coverage here, we'll be checking in on Sioux Falls and Charleston, talk about another team trying to save their season. The Charleston Predators were a playoff team last season, and not only were they a playoff team, but they beat these Mexico City Aztecs in the wild card game to advance in the playoffs. So this is a powerhouse in the making, or so we thought, Mike. They have really struggled so far this season. They're kind of like Atlanta, struggling defensively, giving things up. Sioux Falls is a game back of Tulsa, and they just beat Tulsa. The Desperados are on a bye, and the Sparrows could really turn the screws on the Desperados in the final month of the season if they could get a win here this evening. Later on tonight, Louisiana is playing for their brother, Leonard Butler Sr., who died last week. And that'll be a very important game for the Revolution at 2-5. They've had a lot of devastating losses on and off the field this season. They'll be hosting Las Vegas, both teams coming off a bye. And then Fort Worth is at San Diego tonight, the Red Hot Toros, who we'll talk about more at halftime. But, Mike, Sioux Falls and Charleston coming up tonight as well. It's a make-or-break game for the Predators.
Definitely make a break game for the Predators. They did have a lot of changes in the offseason, but here we are. We're better than halfway through the season. It's time to put up or shut up for the Predators right now. They're giving up 33 points a game, which is close to the bottom of the table as far as defenses go. But is this a team that they can maybe turn some things around against? Possibly. I mean, a lot of people look at Sioux Falls and say, they're not an explosive team, but they can put up points, believe me. But the thing about them, if they're not putting up points, their defense definitely can step up, only giving up 18 points a game, which is first in the SFL.
Sioux Falls is a team, Mike, that they just seem like it just depends on the night more than any other team. Some nights we see the Sioux Falls team and we go, what are they doing? And then other nights we see the Sioux Falls team and we think that's a team that can beat a Baltimore or a DC or anybody at the top of the standings. And obviously that's why they're 4-4, Mike, because we've been getting the good and the bad from Sioux Falls this season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Jekyll and Hyde type of thing from these guys, but and not so much Jekyll. I don't know who's bad, Jekyll or Hyde, but either way,
I don't know either.
I've never figured that out through all these years, Cam. But the thing is about these guys, they seem to always be in games, and one reason why is because of the defense that I mentioned. And Julian Tyree, he's been great for so many seasons in this league. So he can keep this team in games single-handedly. And Kay Marion, who had a kind of a breakout season last season and a really big game last week against Tulsa. I mean, they can make plays offensively as well.
Mexico City and Atlanta coming up. That is your game on Next Level Sports. We'll keep an eye on all the SFL action going on today on this Thursday of football. Stay with us. You're not going to miss anything. Mexico City, Atlanta coming up next here on Next Level Sports. Stay tuned.
Next Level Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
And it's a beautiful day here in hot Atlanta, Georgia. It's a balmy, partly cloudy, but it's 82 degrees. And the Atlanta Swarm are hoping to break a 3-game losing streak as they are playing host to a hot team in the Mexico City Aztecs. Hello, everybody. Ethan Muslin here alongside with Eric Vinson. Eric, this Aztecs team has just been on fire these past few weeks. They've gone 5 straight. They've had a number of blowout games, and they're facing an Atlanta team that's been struggling since getting out of the bye week. They've lost 3 straight. They lost a couple of close games against Florida and San Diego, but they need to get back onto the winning side if they want to get back into the playoff hunt.
Yeah, and Ethan, you're absolutely right. I mean, both these teams can be very dangerous. Mexico City right now flying high, as you mentioned, win streak of 5 games, coming off a bye week, so they are going to be very well rested coming in on the road and playing this Atlanta Swarm team. Both of these teams, they split 7 Hall of Famers between these two teams. So in my opinion, go ahead and throw the records out the window. We're going to get a barn burner between both of these teams. Atlanta loves to throw the ball. Matt Wilson, the Hall of Famer over for the Mexico City Aztecs, he likes to throw the ball as well. He's got some weapons. But watch out for the run game for the Aztecs. They have 20 touchdowns on the ground, which leads the league. Very unlike Mexico City, but they got a 2-headed monster at running back and fullback there in the backfield.
Yeah, and Atlanta is very good on the passing attack, too. They've got 22 touchdowns on the season. They lead the league in passing scores. Not much in terms of the running game, though. They only have 4 touchdowns on the ground. That's 21st in the SFL. Big thing we're probably going to see here is third down conversions. Mexico City, 70% is second in the league. Atlanta at 51%, they are 16th. Kick the ball underway again to Atlanta. Started out. Here we'll go at the goal line. Coming up to the 10, 15, spin around the 20, and brought up to the 24-yard line. That was the return on that play by Kyle Fenimore, and we will see the Atlanta offense take the field, led by Bryant Dynasty, currently first in the league in overall yards in passing.
Yeah, he's first in the league in touchdowns as well with 22 touchdowns. Only downside is he's thrown 24 interceptions, which is down towards the bottom of the league. We'll have to see which one we get, Jekyll or Hyde in Bryant Dynasty.
They'll start to the head of BDG Hollywood. He's got down the sidelines, got room to go, gets the first down, brings it up to the 38-yard line. A big gain of 10 or 11 yards on that play. And all of a sudden, one play, one down, first down.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key to success right there, is getting BDG Hollywood involved. He hasn't been a huge runner coming out of the backfield, but he is a huge receiver, as you just saw there on that play, able to beat the defender who just kind of sailed himself out of bounds and got 10-plus yards for a first down.
Got to the 37. They'll have 3 wide for Dynasty. He's going to do a quick pass down the middle, get Brent up to the 45, and that's a nice quick pass completed to number 86, Jamal Wooding, the tight end, the 8th-season vet for Atlanta. Will introduce the rest of the Swarm offense. Bryant Dynasty, the quarterback. BDG Hollywood, the halfback. Mitchell O'Brien, the fullback. Wide receivers are Kyle Fenimore, Honus Adobe, Siege Falco, and the recent Hall of Famer Boot Chisholm. Tight end Jamal Wooding, and manning the left guard, rookie Jay Warren. Hollywood goes to the right side on second down. He'll get the first down, cross it into Mexico City territory, and he'll get brought down at the 47. It's another first down for Atlanta.
And I like the game plan so far for the Swarm, getting Bryant Dynasty comfortable in the pocket there, short passes, getting him to check it down to his reliable receivers in Hollywood and Wooding, and then in short yardage situations, just let Hollywood do what he does best. Follow his blockers, get first down yardage, keep the drive moving.
They'll have another big set here. Dynasty going to throw again to Hollywood. Oh, and tipped right into the coverage. Big tip away there from Jermaine Menefield. Got right in the middle of the route. It's incomplete.
And he is dangerous. That is a dangerous man out there. You do not want to throw it his way. Playing against the Las Vegas Fury, he was an animal and came away with a huge interception, a Statue of Liberty interception to close out the game. So you do not want to throw it Menifield's way.
They'll go 3 wide for second down and 10. And they get off to Hollywood up the middle. Not going to go anywhere on that play. He's going to get taken down by John Fowler, the rookie from Madison, for no gain. We'll introduce the rest of the Mexico City defense. On the line, Ziggy Blaylock, Skylar Kingsley, Bernard Patterson, and Dan Tritz. Linebackers are Dexter Jackson, John Fowler, and Ronnie Watson. Cornerbacks, Braylon King Moore, Jared Brody, Liam Ryan, and Jermaine Menefield. Safeties are the Hall of Famer Jeffrey Daggs and Ben Charbs. Now on 3rd down and 10, Dynasty's going to have 2 and 2 under center. Let's take a quick step, pass it down the middle, completed for the first down, caught by Kyle Fenimore, gets an 11-yard gain and moves the chains again.
Yeah, that was a good read by Dynasty. You saw he had a single high safety, so that's man across the board, was just able to find the easy slant route over the middle that had just enough yardage for the first down. Great play by Dynasty.
Resets the downs for 1st and 10. They'll go to the offset eye with a strong left side. Dynasty to throw. Quick pass down the middle. Caught, and another first down through the coverage. Threaded that needle for number 81. That's the second tight end, Alan Chisholm, making the catch.
And again, threading the needle a little bit there. You saw both tight ends in the same general area, and somehow Chisholm was the one that came up with it by the thinnest of margins. A great throw and catch for a first down.
Great pass there to the secondary tight end. Now sets it up just inside the 25. 1st and 10. Looks like it's a nickel package for Mexico City. 3 wide for Atlanta. Dynasty, quick step, screens to Hollywood, gets the catch, caught in the backfield, going to try to push it to get back to the line, and they'll say he did. Ended up getting wrapped up by Liam Ryan first off, and managed to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Man, and I was looking at that play, and I was hoping that maybe they were just going to take a shot there, but instead it was a designed screen to Hollywood, and perfect defense was called by the Aztecs to make sure that they stopped him in the backfield there for 2nd down coming up.
On Twins' right, they're going to pass to Hollywood to the left side. He'll get up to the 20 for a 4-yard gain. And that's looks like that's pass number 3 for BDG Hollywood. He's already had 3 receptions and 2 carries on this game.
Yeah, and again, Dynasty's been looking good. He's been taking his time, hasn't been throwing too many dangerous passes. We saw the one by Menefield, which was just a better play by Menefield, in my opinion. But he's done very, very well. Only had the 1 incompletion so far.
Twins right on 3rd and 6. Dynasty with the steep drop, throws to the right, pass completed, gets down to the 5, down to the 2-yard line, boot Chisholm, the new Hall of Famer, making the catch. It's 1st and goal to go Atlanta.
And just as I was talking about him, Dynasty caught Menefield out of position here. Menefield saw the pass behind him, tried to make an acrobatic play, but it was just a crisp route run by Chisholm. Was able to catch it right in that no man's land in the zone coverage, and that's going to be 1st and goal for the Swarm.
1st and goal to go. They've got about 7 feet to pay dirt. Twins to the right side, tight ends to the left. Dynasty under center. Going to quick step, throw to Hollywood, wide open left side, and no, they did not cross the plane.
Ooh.
Hollywood got wrapped up by Brody just at the goal line at 2nd down.
I don't know. I'm watching that in real time, and it looked like Hollywood had enough forward momentum to get himself into the end zone. No challenge, no review. I think that's a good call, though, from the Atlanta coaching staff. Just go ahead and punch him in the mouth and get it in the end zone right now.
You've got less than a foot to go. You can just punch it right in. I think you're absolutely right. They're going to pass here on 2nd down, and that tip is tipped away, incomplete. Brody knocking that one down. Surprised they didn't go for that screen to Hollywood again on that play, but it'll be 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, and this team does love to throw the ball, so it doesn't necessarily surprise me the formation they came out with on the goal line. But obviously, you're looking at it, and this is the formation you want to come out in. I formation, big heavies in there. Go ahead and run it right up the gut.
It'll be the 13th play of this drive. They'll get a free play out of it either way. Hollywood right side, unopposed, touchdown Atlanta. They'll decline the offside penalty, so this will be a score. And yeah, BDG Hollywood from less than 1 yard in puts Atlanta on the board, and they take the lead for the first time in the ballgame.
And a good start for the Swarm. 13 plays, 75 yards, getting all the way down to pay dirt and getting 6 on the board. Hopefully 7 here with the extra point, but this is just the start that Atlanta wanted here at home.
And the better thing to look at, that drive took nearly 5 minutes off the clock. So we're already nearly halfway through the first quarter. That was a really good methodical drive on Atlanta's part. As Sammy Steele will kick the extra point. It is up and it is good. And that will make it 7-0 Atlanta. Mexico City yet to get the football, but we'll see how they do in their first offensive drive coming up.
And you touched on it, Ethan. If that is, in fact, Atlanta Swarm's game plan here today is just keeping Mexico City off the field with these long, methodical drives, I think that's a recipe for success given how their offense performs.
Steele will kick this ball away. This will be Mexico City's first possession of the ball. Jeffrey Dagg's going to return it from inside the end zone. Going to bring it up to the 15. Trying to push ahead to the 20. And he'll get taken down to the 22-yard line. And now we'll see that Mexico City offense take the field for the first time, led by the Hall of Famer, Matt Wilson.
Yeah, Matt Wilson, always a threat as a passer. And I touched on it as well, that Phoenix Jones and Ray Bentley, that two-headed running back monster in the backfield, although they come out with 4 wide to start things off, they're going to be a threat in this game as well.
To start with 2 and 2 on first down. Wilson at the deep step. Pass is intercepted! First play of the drive is picked away by Jack Napier, and it's Atlanta football at the 25.
And that's Wilson's 14th interception on the year. I couldn't tell who exactly it was going to, whether it was Bartley or his best friend Mike Daggs. But either way, it was just good positioning by the defender to come away with the interception. And the Swarm are set up with prime field position here to go up 2 scores.
And that's Napier's 5th interception on the season. That's a fantastic mark to go into. As we got a few weeks to go here in the season. Hollywood going to go up the middle on first down. Gets immediately pressed to the floor by Ronnie Watson. And he only gets a gain of 1.
Yeah, and Watson's one of those linebackers you want to watch out for. He's got 14 tackles for losses on the season, and that's top 5 in the SFL currently. So he's going to be flying around with his head on fire.
Jumbo package for 2nd down and 9. Hollywood in the backfield. They're going to go to throw, screen it to Hollywood, makes the catch, gets some positive yardage, pushes down a man, and gets down to the 21-yard line where he runs out of bounds. So it'll be a gain of 3.
And hey, if that's a sign of what's to come, BDG running angry, that's a good sign for the Atlanta Swarm faithful, because that's what you want to see. You want to see the spin cycle. You want to see the vicious stiff arms, all those different things that are in his repertoire. He's a Swiss Army knife as a running back, and that's what you want to see if you're a Swarm fan.
3rd down and 6. They're going to go to 3 wide versus the nickel. Dynasty with a little bit of a steep drop. Pass it down the middle. Caught it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Boo Chisholm with the first passing score of the day.
An absolute dime, too, to Boo Chisholm. Like, this was thrown on a rope. Dynasty sets his feet, sees that he's got a step on the defender, Gerard Brody over there in the middle of the field, and spots it only where Chisholm could catch it. Across the goal line, touchdown Swarm, and they're up by 2 scores early.
Only about a minute has passed since they last held the football, and it's now a 2-score game with Sammy Steele now to kick the extra point to make it a 14-point lead. A little bit of a low snap, but the kick is on its way, and it is through. That'll make it 14-0. With 5:04 to go in the first quarter. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Thanks to take this kickoff once again from inside his own end zone. Bring it out to the 10, to the 20, and down to the 21-yard line. So Mexico City having a bit of a troublesome first drive. 1 play, 1 pick. Hopefully they can do a little bit better on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to. Otherwise, this game is going to get out of hand in a hurry. As you see, not a thing on the board for Mexico City, and we're halfway through the first quarter of play. And, if there's anyone I want at the helm, it'd be Matt Wilson to get himself and his team back in the ballgame.
Wilson takes the handoff, going to throw to his right side to Mike Daggs, who makes the catch for a gain of 1. That's going to bring up to the 30-yard line. We'll introduce the rest of the Mexico City offense. Matt Wilson is the quarterback. The running backs are Phoenix Jones and Ray Bentley. Wide receivers are Jason Bartley, Nick Lockett, Terrell Cooper, the rookie from San Jose, and Jacob McCall, as Atlanta is challenging that the catch was made in bounds. Tight ends for Mexico City are Bill Henry and the aforementioned Mike Daggs, as we're going to get a review on this passing play. It looked like it was fine.
It did. Watching it in real time, it definitely looked like Daggs had made the 1 foot needed. And yeah, I can definitely see that. 2 might be a question, but 1 is definitely in, and that's all you need.
He definitely got the 1 foot, and that's all you need in the SFL, as the call is upheld. That will burn a timeout for Atlanta. At the very least, you can burn it early here in the first quarter, not have to worry about it. If it were in the second half in the fourth quarter, that might be a bit more concerning. But not a bad idea to at least try for the challenge.
Well, and you know what? The way the game has been going for you so far, you might as well sneak one in, see if you can get away with a fast one. Didn't work out, but that's okay. They still got 2 for the rest of the half.
High formation here for 2nd and 1. They'll hand it off to Phoenix Jones, who gets pushed to the left side, gets caught for no gain on the play. Only made it back to the line of scrimmage as Cree Higgins makes the stop.
Yeah, and Cree Higgins, one of those talented inside linebackers, can play inside out, as you just saw there, was able to track down Jones for a loss or at least no gain, setting up 3rd down.
They'll go in the same formation with an eye, tight ends right, and off to Phoenix Jones, pushing ahead, does not make it! It's another stop on the play. It'll be a 3-and-out for the Aztecs, with a Qantas Shine making the save. We'll introduce that rest of the Atlanta Swarm for you as they swap out the field for the special teams. Anthony Bernard, Billy Ray Valentine, Leo Jefferson, and Joshua Williams are the linemen. Cree Higgins, Diamond Blackwell, and Laquan Shine, the linebackers. Jack Napier, Don Flesher, Jay Miraculous are the corners. Safeties are Moose Pompano, Grant Hardaway, and Chris Henry. As that ball is punted away from George Amy, going to get taken at about the 37. And maybe about 1 yard returned there for Fenimore. And it's Atlanta football once again, now at their own 38.
Yeah, this is just what the doctor ordered. Atlanta knew coming into this ball game, as that it was talked about in the pregame show with Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green, that you do not want to be in the mix of this 6-6 gobbledygook at the end of the regular season. They want to go ahead and get themselves in the right direction for playoff positioning.
Hollywood's going to move it up the middle. He's got room, and he's got a space, and there he goes! 62 yards! Touchdown, Atlanta!
Jeez, I mean, I don't think they could get off to a hotter start at this point, Ethan. Jeez, I mean, BDG Hollywood, probably one of the more patient runs I've seen him make all season long. Just follows his blockers. His blocking up front is perfect, and then all he has to do is beat one defender, and he's off to the races. And that's Menafield there, who couldn't make the diving stop into the end zone. Easy peasy. 3-score lead now for the Swarm at home. We're not even out of the first quarter yet.
We're not out of the first quarter. Not even 3 minutes from Atlanta's first score, which was about 6 minutes and change to go. We're 2.5 minutes from that point, and Atlanta's already gotten 2 more scores, and they're about to make it 21-0, pending the extra point. Steele puts it up and through. Now 21-0 in favor of Atlanta, and we've only got 3:43 to go. It's still the first quarter.
I told you, Ethan, throw the records out the door coming into this ball game, because both of these teams have a ton of talent, and they're going to showcase it out there on that field. And right now, Atlanta is showing that they have all the talent in the world. The record just does not depict it.
Combined with these two teams, there are 17 All-Stars from the last few seasons who make up these two squads, as that is a return up to the 20 24-yard line. The SFL produces over 400 live events each year, but don't miss community content creators and their creations. Catch SFL Nights with AJ Stryker, say it with your chest, around the SFL, and more, covering season 19 and beyond. To check out archived versions of community shows, visit simulationfl.net and click the logo of your favorite form of SFL entertainment. Wilson's going to throw here on first down, goes slow, and it's intercepted! Oh no! It's another pick! This one taken away by Grant Hardaway, and it's inside the Mexico City red zone.
And Ethan, I saw them come up to the huddle. I saw the formation they were in. I had a feeling they were going all slants, and I had a feeling it was going to be disastrous, just as it was on the first play from scrimmage. And sure enough, it is once again. And Atlanta is just squashing onto the throat of the Aztecs very early on and showing them who's boss.
This is the fourth possession of the football game for Atlanta. Mexico City has had 3 possessions, 2 of them with interceptions. 1 of them was a 3-and-out. Dynasty going to throw here to Hollywood, and he gets obliterated as soon as he makes that catch. That was a big tackle from Jared Brody.
Also, shout out to Grant Hardaway, the rookie, getting his first career SFL interception. Way to go, young man.
The first of many, hopefully, for that rookie from Annapolis. Know that guy pretty well. Now second down and 12. Twins to the right side for Atlanta. Hollywood in the backfield. Dynasty with a quick step. Throws right. It'll be completed down to the 12. And that's looks like that is catch number 1 of the day for number 17, Sage Falco.
Siege Falco has been a little quiet, which is funny. They're up by 3 scores, and we haven't really heard Siege Falco's name called a whole lot. But Atlanta is, again, just throwing it all over the yard, just dinking and dunking, not doing anything too wild, and we're going to see if they can convert this 3rd and short here.
They're going to flip the field here with twins to the left side this time, 2 in the backfield. They'll hand it off up the middle. Hollywood gets the room and gets it in! Touchdown, Atlanta! That is Hollywood's 3rd score of the game, and we're not even into the end of the first quarter.
And he came out like a cannon, right up the middle, big gaping hole. Again, great blocking up front by Atlanta, and then whoop, just a little spin move right there at the 1 to get himself across the goal line and into pay dirt.
Just looking at the clock once again, we have 2:44 to go here in the first quarter. It has been 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and Atlanta has scored nearly 28 points. We're talking about nearly 9 points a minute as the kick here is up and through. It is now 28-0 Atlanta with 2:44 to go in the first quarter. Eric, you're right. This has gotten bonkers, and we haven't even finished a quarter of action yet.
2 turnovers by Mexico City, and Atlanta has turned that into 14 points. You take away those turnovers, we got a completely different ball game, which ironically is usually how Atlanta has lost some of these ball games they've been close in, is by turning the ball over. So we're seeing a different Swarm Club.
Yeah, he's going to take this from about the 1. He'll push it up to the 24-yard line. Mexico City's offense is really going to have to get good, apparently, and bear down on this defense, because they are now in a deep, dark hole, and they cannot get any further down.
Well, and that's the bonus right now. You know, when you've hit rock bottom, that's the lowest you could possibly go. All you got to go was up. And that's exactly where Mexico City finds themselves right now with 2:40 to go in the first quarter. They got nowhere to go but up. Time to start going.
They'll start with 2 and 2 for Wilson with time up the middle. And another interception! Wow. Oh my goodness! Matt Wilson has thrown 3 interceptions on 4 pass attempts. This one going to Don Fletcher. All of a sudden, everything has just fallen apart at the seams for the Aztecs.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what to say. This is just absolutely... I told you, throw the records out. I had a feeling we were going to get a much different game than a lot of people anticipated. But man, Atlanta is coming out with a vengeance right now.
They're going to go with the 3 wide receivers on first down. Handing off to Hollywood, cut to the right side. He gets plopped hard onto the ground by Ben Charbs. Only going to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be second down.
Career interception number 3 for Don Fletcher. And he gives the Swarm team another opportunity at hitting the end zone.
They'll screen out to Hollywood again on second down. This time he gets bopped up in the backfield by Ronnie Watson. But they'll say he made it back to the line just barely for no gain. So now 3rd down and 10 coming up.
And the Aztecs have to get a stop here. Good 1st and 2nd down play. Stopping Hollywood in his tracks. They got to stop him on 3rd down here and manage it to at least a field goal if they're able to get that.
Going to go into the shotgun. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Looks like it's a dime or nickel pack for Mexico City. Dynasty going to throw to his left side. And an open passer with the completion. Boo Chisholm takes it down to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal, Atlanta.
Yeah, and I was watching Chisholm at the bottom of the screen there, and he got past that zone defense pretty easily where he was in that 3rd level where only the safety could stop him. Thankfully for Mexico City, Jeffrey Daggs was Johnny on the spot, but that sets up 1st and goal again for Atlanta.
1st and goal, they're going to have twins to the left side, offset I formation. Dynasty from under center, hands off to Hollywood, cuts right, gets stepped to the 5-yard line, and he'll get batted back. And that was Watson again making the tackle. He'll only get a gain of 3 for 2nd and goal. So we all need to collectively catch our breaths here as this game has gone off the rails in a hurry. 2nd down and goal. Handoff. Hollywood gets back up to the... Excuse me, that was not Hollywood. That was Mitchell O'Brien, the fullback. Going nowhere on that play. Get tackled up by Watson once again. Now it'll be 3rd down and goal with less than 30 seconds to go in the quarter.
They're quick to the line here, Ethan. They want to hit pay dirt again.
Hit it before the end of before those clock reaches 0. Twins to the left side. 3rd down and goal. Dynasty with the snap. Looking to the end zone. Throws it. Incomplete. Knocked away there by number 22, Jared Brody. So they will have to settle for the field goal.
Yeah, and Brody just barely knocking this down by the tippy tip of his fingers there. It looked like Siege had beat the linebacker in coverage, which that was a mismatch. And then Brody wisely saw where the football was going and was able to get his fingers on it before it reached Valco for an easy touchdown.
The first 4th down that Atlanta has had to face this entire game, and it will come up to a field goal. It'll be a 22-yard attempt from the middle of the field. Sammy Steele having himself a pretty decent year. Currently 15 for 15, looking to make it 16 for 16. Nice snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is through. That will make it 31-0 with 7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Already, we're looking at a 4-score lead for Atlanta, and we haven't even hit the second quarter yet. This is already getting amazing results for the Swarm.
Almost half of Mexico City's plays have resulted in turnovers. That's a banana stat just going out of 1 quarter of action.
They'll hopefully be able to shake that off as we head into the second quarter, as Daggs is going to bring it up to the 22-yard line. And they'll have an opportunity for 1 play before we reach the end of the quarter. Those 3 interceptions now putting Matt Wilson at 16 picks on the season. Compared to his 13 touchdowns for the time being. Not really where you want to be when you're a quarterback. You don't want to have more picks than scores.
No, but it ranks him on the least in the league, so he's got that going for him.
Going off to 2-2. Wilson from the quick step throws it away down to Phoenix Jones, who's going to get the first down. The first positive result in a long time for the Aztecs. Results in a 12-yard gain. Gets the first down. And we will get to the end of the first quarter. Look at that. That's a beautiful screen pass. That'll take us to the end of 1. It's 31-0 Atlanta in an absolute shocking start to this game. We'll see how Mexico City can respond. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Take a breath and flip. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Simulation Football League here on Next Level Sports. It's 31-0 in favor of Atlanta after an amazing first quarter. Mexico City is going to have to do some extra work to get back into this game as Phoenix Jones is going to run this out for 2 yards to bring it up to the 35 for 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and Bentley was looking good there to end the quarter there on that screenplay that got him a first down. He's still in the game, taking the rock and getting a 2-yard gain to start with. So Mexico City trying to get that backfield involved here.
Handing it off to Jones again, but he's caught in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3 on the play. Big tackle there from Billy Ray Valentine.
Yeah, and I think Atlanta, coming into this ball game, they were very well aware of the amount of touchdowns that this Aztec team gets on the ground, and definitely honing in on that run game to start things off here. Now it's a 3rd and long, and we'll have to see what Wilson digs out of his back pocket.
They'll go with 4 to the left side, going for the deep ball down the middle. It's caught for a first down. Big completion on that play. Keeps the drive alive. It's Jacob McCall making the catch.
Yeah, it was a good route run, able to find the soft spot in the zone. Plenty of blue jerseys around, but Matt Wilson throws a good ball there, gets it to him, first down.
And an important one, too, as they nearly entered Atlanta territory for the first time in this game. They're only about a yard away from getting there. 1st and 10, heavy I formation. 2 tight ends to the left side. They'll hand it off. To the left side, Phoenix Jones will get into Atlanta territory and get down to the 47-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4.
Best looking drive so far for Mexico City, and they've only gotten about 4 or 5 plays deep, which says a lot about how this Atlanta Swarm team has come out and just hit the gas and hit things going very, very easily. Mexico City trying to respond here and get some points on the board.
They got 4 wide on a tight end flex. Wilson's going to throw down the Dags. He gets the first down, puts it up inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 10 yards on the play. It's another first down for Mexico City.
And that's more like it. Dags just coming out of there wide open. Defense was a little lax in coverage. Wilson sees it right away, finds him for the first down yardage.
Now 1st and 10, they're going to go with a heavy I formation after the 10-yard pass to Dags. Wilson from under center hands it off to Jones. And he'll only get about a yard on that play before he gets wrapped up by Valentine. It'll be 2nd and 9.
It looked originally like he was going to have some room to work with. The defense had collapsed in pretty easily. It looked like the offensive line had a hat-on-hat, but just couldn't spring it free. And a good play there made by the linebacker, Cree Higgins.
Go back into the I formation for 2nd and 9. Hand it off to Jones. He'll get some positive yardage. He stays on his feet. Plows through one defender. Cannot get through the swarm, though. He gets to the 1st down marker down to the 27-yard line.
Very good run there by Jones. Able to throw the defender to the turf. And that was the difference between the last run as well. In a one-on-one situation, he was able to be brought down. Not this time. Was able to throw the defender to the turf, propel, and keep moving his legs forward until he crossed the line to gain.
Yeah, that was Jack Napier who got flattened on that play. Trying to make another play, this time on the ground. Didn't happen this time, though. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 27. Jones going to go up the middle again. Going to get wrapped up around the 20. Get brought down to the 19-yard line. A nice gain of 7.
And you're starting to see some chunk plays, and it resulted from going to the backfield and getting Phoenix Jones and Ray Bentley involved, and that is where the Aztecs offense excels. And I guess it took them being down by 4 scores to 5 scores at this point to realize, maybe we got to focus on them a little bit.
So they'll look likely go to the ground here again, and Phoenix Jones again is going to push his way to the 17. Looks like he's just outside of the line to gain. And another big tackle on that play, this time by Joshua Williams. Going to set up 3rd down and 1.
And this is going to be the recipe for success for Mexico City. Get themselves in short yardage situations that they can more easily convert and not have to throw the football against this Atlanta secondary.
3rd down and a very short one to go. Jones up the middle, gets the 1st down. He'll be taken out just on the outskirts of the 10-yard line. Tackle there from Cree Higgins. They'll say it's 1st and 10, but it's basically 1st and goal to go.
Yeah, might as well be if they're going to spot him at the 10-yard line anyway. And this is a great drive for Mexico City. Great response to start off the 2nd quarter as they were chewing off a ton of clock here.
Back into that heavy set. Jones loses the football. Picked up by Matt Wilson. He'll run it up to the 12 and ends up being a 2-yard loss on the play, but great awareness from Matt Wilson to pick up that ball.
How many of those plays have we seen throughout his illustrious career where he just decides to go ahead and he is Johnny on the spot, takes off running on a QB sneak, is just there when the fumble just pops right out into his lap? Great play.
This time it will be a run up the middle for Bentley. He'll get up to about the 8-yard line, gets it back into some positive territory. And it's going to be it's effectively a 3rd down and goal to go situation.
Yeah, and it looks like they've got 2 safeties for the swarm here. An empty set for the Aztecs.
4 wide receivers with 3 bunch to the right side. Wilson from the shotgun. Gonna throw to the end zone. It's caught, but it's short. Taken down at the 2-yard line. Catch there from Jason Bartley. That's his first catch of the game, but they are short of the goal. That will bring out the field goal unit more than likely.
Yeah, and honestly, take the points. When you're in this situation, you got to take the points and just see what the rest of the game brings you. It's too early in the ball game to start chasing points at this point. How many times did I say point?
Points. Cole Varner with the field goal, effectively an extra point. It is good for the 10-season vet. That puts the Aztecs on the board. It'll be 31-3 with 4:50 to go here in the 2nd quarter. The SFL Weekly Fantasy Contest is officially up and running. Think you can draft the best team every week while staying under the salary cap? Or maybe you just want to enhance your SFL experience. It's free to play with no season-long commitment, and a new contest opens every week on Tuesday night. Join now and show off your fantasy skills to the rest of the league. Contact Jack Wall, Stephen Hacker, or Hunter Norwood on the SFL Discord to join today. That run from Fenimore, a little less than what you'd like to get on the kickoff return. Going to put it inside the red zone, just barely at the 19 to set up Atlanta's next drive.
Well, hey, Mexico City is on the board. They were down 31 points. They come back, win this football game. That'll be a new record comeback to win a football game. So let's see what happens.
Well, there'll be a free play here for Hollywood. He goes right side, gonna get the first down. They won't take that penalty yardage. He gets wrapped up down to the 43-yard line. An incredible run of 25 yards. And Hollywood just doing great things on the ground again. Yeah, they will decline that penalty. Look at this run once again.
Ethan, we're seeing vintage BDG. Like this was who he was when he first came into the league and then found success as a receiving back as well with all the spin moves and everything else. But before that, he was a very, very good runner, a very patient runner, and had an afterburner. He had another gear. This is what we're seeing here today, and it's benefiting the Swarm mightily.
They're going to go to 2-2 on 1st and 10. Dynasty with the pocket, going to throw down the middle. It's intercepted! There's the first mistake of the game for Atlanta. This one picked off by Jeffrey Daggs.
That's Hall of Famer Jeffrey Daggs to you, my friend. And he comes up with a very impressive pick over the middle of the field. He's over on the opposite side, shifts over to the middle of the field as he finds an otherwise open Kyle Finnemore. Snags the football. Great play there by the safety.
Fantastic interception there from Jeffrey Daggs. That is interception number 7 of the season, number 78 of his career, closing in on Max Jackson, who's number 2 all-time in interceptions. Run up here up the middle for Phoenix Jones, going to bring it into Atlanta territory. That'll bring it up to the 47-yard line. We got a game update from Cam. Let's hear about it.
Thank you, Ethan. Opening kick in Charleston. Mike St. Green and Saren Storms come to play.
Yeah, Cam, I don't know what's in the air tonight. Is a full moon or what? But these teams are off and running in the first quarter. Saren Storm breaks a couple of tackles and takes it all the way to the end zone for opening touchdown for Charleston, 7-0.
Back to Atlanta with Ethan and Eric.
Thank you, Cam. This is a run up the middle here for Ray Bentley. He's going to get it up to the 40-yard line for another first down. Now suddenly, Mexico City now starting to find their other gear.
Yeah, and you look at it, and this is shades of Atlanta, essentially. They took advantage of the couple of turnovers that they had in the first quarter of play, the 3 turnovers, I should say, and got points on the board with every single one of them. And now Mexico City is trying to do the same here.
Bit of a low snap for Wilson. He'll throw to the right side. It is completed, caught by Bartley. They're going to say he got out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Good for another first down for Mexico City. And now they're moving the chains really quickly.
Yeah, it's good to see the sense of urgency from the Mexico City offense. And Matt Wilson's been in these situations before. He knows what's going on. This team as a whole understands the brevity of the situation. So they're trying to get themselves back into a ball game and achieve the unfathomable at this point.
From the heavy eye, they'll hand it off up to the right side for Phoenix Jones. Pushes one down, but cannot get the second effort. They'll get up to the 26 for a gain of 3. There's a stop there from Aquanta Shine.
Tough run there by Phoenix Jones. And it's good to see him still churning his legs and trying to fight for every single yard, and that's what you're going to have to do against this Swarm team, who also understands that their backs are against the wall as far as their record goes, trying to get themselves back in the playoff conversation.
Heavy here is a fumble! Oh no, and it's picked up by Atlanta! Fumble recovery from Joshua Williams!
And that's the second time we've seen a fumble like this, a fumble where it gets punched out just like that by the defensive lineman. And this time Atlanta, the beneficiary of that. Just a really rough day at the office for Mexico City here this evening.
Yeah, Billy Ray Valentine knocked the ball out. Joshua Williams wrapped it up and held on to that thing. A turnover from the Atlanta line gives the Swarm the football back with 2.5 to go here in the first half. Wins to the right for Dynasty. Takes a quick step, throws to Hollywood on the left. He'll get the catch, moves, man, takes down one man, and brings it up to the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. Excuse me, 33-yard line.
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to that 2-minute warning, and the fact that Mexico City turned the football over again is not a great sign for their team to come back in this football game, especially given how Atlanta has performed, especially on offense. So it's going to be tough sledding moving here on out.
Hollywood pushing up the middle, going to get about 3 more yards there to get to the 35. It'll be 3rd down and 3 coming up with that tackle from Ziggy Blaylock. And we are closing up towards the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Atlanta shocking Mexico City so far. They're leading at 31-3, giving the ball from Mexico City 4 times. Let's see if they can make some points here. You're watching the SFL, presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Hive here in Atlanta. 2 minutes to go here, Dynasty. Oh, and a big hit from the Aztecs. Dexter Jackson coming up the line with the sack. Going to bring up 4th down for Atlanta, so Mexico City will have an opportunity for points before the end of the half.
And Jackson, that's his first sack on the season there, and a big play there for Mexico City to try and get themselves some sort of points on the board before the half.
Out to punt this away will be Lopan. And the clock continues to wind down. Atlanta milking that play clock for all it's worth. They'll punt it away with about 1:20 to go. There's the kick. Tags will take it from about the 30. Move up to the 35 to the 36-yard line. They'll have 1:12 to go and all 3 timeouts to try to make this a 31-10 ball game.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do. You got to get a touchdown on the board, being down by 4 scores. A touchdown will help alleviate so much stress in this situation, I believe. And, you know, they're going to go ahead and get the second half kickoff as well. So go ahead and double them up at that point.
And that's exactly what you got to do. That's the game plan right now. Get some points on the board. Get the ball back to start the second half. Wilson up the middle. Oh, no! It's another interception! And this might be room to go! And it will go! It's a pick 6! Touchdown, Grant Hardaway!
And the young man got himself his first career SFL interception. He was like, nah, I want my first career pick 6. Goes out and runs that ball all the way back into the end zone for a touchdown to continue this onslaught that the Swarm, have thrown at the Aztecs, and there was nothing but green grass ahead of them. What a great play there by the rookie.
An incredible turn of events. We were talking about Mexico City needing points to close the gap. Instead, Atlanta's defense just takes that ball away and increases the lead. It's now a 34-point lead with about 1:02 to go, pending the extra point. And Sammy Steele will knock this through. It'll be a 35-point lead. Kick is up, and it is good. Now 38-3. Atlanta leading Mexico City with just over a minute to go here in the first half. Atlanta has got to be dancing on air at this point.
And I mean, I thought that Atlanta would come in and they would put up a really good ball game against these Mexico City Aztecs. I did not anticipate something like that. They have played extremely well, firing on all cylinders here in this first half.
Dag's going to take this from inside the end zone. He'll bring it up to the 20. Go to the left side. He'll go up to the 30. And that is where he will be wrapped up. Coming up on the APM Music Halftime Show, Cam and Mike will break down all the first half action between the Aztecs and the Swarm. Check in on playoff standings, go over league polls, update you on what's going on in South Carolina between Sioux Falls and Charleston. Plus, Cam will put Mike St. Green to the test once again as we showcase the many faces of the SFL Part 2. That's all coming up on the APM Music Halftime Show. Wilson going to be in the shotgun here for first down. Rush is coming. Going to throw to the left. Pass will be completed. And that will be not in bounds, but it's a caught play for Bill Henry. Going to bring it up to the 40 for a first down. They go and reset in the no huddle. Wilson again from the shotgun. Taking a little bit of time here. Going to step. Throw to his right side. Pass completed and out of bounds. Jason Bartley getting out of bounds in Atlanta territory for a first down.
And that was the Mexico City coaching staff seeing something that they liked within that formation that Atlanta was in and wanted to run the no huddle rather than spend one of their timeouts. A good call there and a good play by Wilson to get himself into plus territory.
They'll go with 4 wide with the tight end flex to the right side, 3 bunch to the left for first and 10. 32 seconds to go. Wilson gonna throw down the middle, deflected and incomplete, in and out of the hands of Bartley. Looks like he couldn't hold on to that ball as he got hit. It'll be second down.
And Wilson likes to throw those type of passes. You know, the passes that are a little nail bitey, for lack of a better term. And he gets away with it a lot of the times. This evening, he is not getting away with it. And this Atlanta defense is chomping down on him and making sure that they pick off every single one of those passes. He's got to adjust.
Yeah, Wilson right now, 8 for 13, 4 interceptions. He's got a QBR of 39.1 right now. Not what you expect from a Hall of Famer. This one is caught for a first down to Mike Daggs, who will call a timeout with 24 seconds remaining.
And that's still plenty of time there for Mexico City to go ahead and get some sort of points on the board. Even if it's a field goal, anything will help at this point. Obviously, a touchdown is a little bit better.
Touchdown would be more important because then that'll make it a clean 4 scores, and you don't have to worry about any ridiculous 2-point conversion attempts at that point. First and 10 from the 38 of Atlanta. Wilson going to throw down the middle. Tipped away. Incomplete. Looks like that was Napier who got his hands on it. Knocked that thing away.
Yeah, and those have been the passes that you're watching here this evening, and you're just wincing every time because you're worried that it's just going to go back the other way, because that's just how the Swarm defense has performed here against the Aztecs. Again, Wilson trying to do as much as he can, but he's throwing a lot of those passes over the middle into coverage, and that's going to bite him in the butt. And it has.
It has. Second down and 10 for Wilson. Quick pass here completed, and he'll get out of bounds. That's Ray Bentley making the catch for about 2 yards. Stops the clock with 17 seconds to go. It'll bring up 3rd and 8.
And we'll have to see how they come out here. They're going to need a little bit more space, I think, even for Cole Varner, who's got a pretty impressive leg. But if they want to be comfortably in field goal range, I think they need a little bit more here.
it would be a 54-yard attempt if they went for that. But Wilson's going to go for it all there, and it's incomplete. That one intended for Nick Lockett just got out of his hands and out of reach. And I think they will try for the field goal here.
You know what? At this point, you don't really have much to lose. You might as well trot him out there. He's got a big leg. He makes virtually everything that he kicks. So you might as well trot him out there, see what he could do.
This is going to be a 53-yard attempt from just inside the left hash. And it will make it a 38-6 game. High snap. Kick up on its way. It is good! And he puts it through from 53 yards. Makes it a 38-6 ball game with 8 seconds to go.
Mr. Magic himself, Cole Varner, 9 for 9 on the season. And none bigger than that one, as Mexico City breathes a little bit of a sigh of relief, knowing that they get themselves the second half kickoff and might be able to take advantage of that and double up on points.
That was Cole Varner's 281st field goal attempt and 264th that went through. That's why he's one of the best kickers in the SFL right there with that long kick. Benamor is going to bring this out to about the 24. So we will see one more play coming up here before the end of the half. Oh, this has been an interesting half, to say the least.
And interesting is certainly one word for it. I'm not sure that that's the word that Mexico City would use for it, though.
Atlanta will go into the heavy set here, more likely just to wind down the clock. Dynasty going to throw down the Hollywood. He'll make the catch. The clock reaches 0, and he'll get it up to the 31-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 on the play. And that will do it for the first half of play. Atlanta putting on an absolute clinic against a very contentious team in the Aztecs. They lead it 38-6 going into the break. We'll go to the AP Music Halftime Show in just a moment. This is the SFL on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to SFL Studios for the APM Music Halftime Report, along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine, and wow, Mike, that was a shocking first half, 38-6. Atlanta leads the Aztecs at the break. Grant Hardaway with the pick six. He did not have a single interception in his career leading up to this game. He has 2 in the first half. How do you make sense of this first half with Atlanta 10.5-point dogs at home, struggling coming into this matchup, and Mexico City looking like there was no slowing them down?
Well, Cam, I know I get paid the big bucks to talk, but man, I'm speechless right now, to be honest with you. But amazing first half by Atlanta. Let's just start right there. BDG Hollywood coming into this game was averaging in about 5.7 yards a carry, which puts him in the top 10 in the league. But he'd only had 113 carries coming in, and that was I think like 20th, 25 in the league. So what Atlanta did, it seemed like they made their mind up, hey, we're going to get BDG a lot of touches in this game, and it's definitely paid off. 3 touchdown rushes for him. Brian Dynasty has looked sharp in this first half. He has a touchdown pass to Boo Chisholm. And the defensive, they've been excellent. They've been swarming the Mexico City Aztec offense, 5 turnovers, and they've done it in various amounts of ways with interceptions, fumbles, and a pick six.
I got to say, when you said you were speechless, I was a little disappointed, and I didn't know what to do with my emotions because I didn't think that was going to happen. But yeah, this Atlanta defense, I mean, talk about a great game plan. Right place, right time. They are ready for what Mexico City is throwing at them. Now the Aztecs did adjust in the second quarter, but they can't play Atlanta even the rest of the way. They have to figure out how to dominate at some point in this game, and we did not see any of that in the first half. This opening possession of the third quarter for Mexico City's offense is going to be crucial, you would think, to them establishing some sort of dominance in the second half.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be crucial for these guys. But now we're getting into a situation where Mexico City, they're going to have to play outside of their character. They're going to have to play outside of who they are. They're typically not a big play team for us through the passing game and getting back into the games quickly. As we mentioned earlier in the pregame, Phoenix Jones, yes, he has 15 touchdown carries for the season, but only 3.8 average. So that means he's not really getting those in big chunks. So they're going to need big chunk plays. They get the ball in the second half. Jeffrey Daggs, he's a great kick returner. They're going to have to get a kick return, a couple of turnovers, and see if they can get themselves back in it to make a run late in the fourth.
I've always wondered why coaches don't mix up whether they're going to kick or receive, Mike, at least not here around the SFL, because if this is one game to take the ball after winning the coin toss, if you're Mexico City, it was this one because you're giving Atlanta an opportunity to get momentum early in the game, and that's exactly what happened here today, Mike. Do you ever want to switch things up with the coin toss depending upon the matchup?
I probably would, but I know I guess the general thing to do these days is always to defer to the second half. I guess some teams could think outside of the box and say, hey, I want you to stop my potent offense first. And that probably hindsight, that would have been a good idea considering Atlanta has struggled so much defensively. Maybe get them on defense first, can possibly put them on their heels, and maybe we have a different result right now because, the other way around, Atlanta, they came out, put together a nice 7 minute drive, put points on the board, and it's really, it's really been all swarm since then.
Snowball downhill for sure. At 38-6, Atlanta leads Mexico City at the break. Just stunning stuff. Let's get to some updated polls here, Mike. There we go. Let's start with the coaches poll. Fort Worth's in the top 8, not Tulsa. It's interesting that the coaches kind of have more belief in Fort Worth than maybe the media or the analytical teams this week. But where do you sit on Fort Worth and Tulsa? They're both kind of in that 7-8 range. Are you believers in either one of them, Mike, or what do you need to see out of these two clubs to make you a believer?
Well, I think they both have something to prove, but let's just start with Tulsa. I think just historically, I think that, especially as far as the coaches poll goes, I just think they're battling what they've done historically, which, always seems to be, middle of the road team. But they're 5-3. I mean, their record says that they're probably better than most people give them credit for. But even for me, I think Tulsa needs, they have some things to prove. They got a big game, coming up here in and I think next week, and I think it's against DC. So that'll be a great game for them to say, hey, we're for real. We're a playoff contender, and get these people around the league taking them seriously.
Everyone really agrees on the top 5 around the league. That's Baltimore, London, Mexico City, D.C., Arizona, although that could change today if the Aztecs continue what they're doing. Outside of Baltimore, which moved into the number one position this weekend due to strength of victory. We'll get to the playoff standings here in a moment. But outside of Baltimore, which team do you believe in most right now out of that group of 5? London, Mexico City, D.C., Arizona.
For me, it has to be the London Knights. I just think they're right there with Baltimore as far as being the most complete team in the league, as far as the retention that they had on their team this past offseason, especially after making the playoff 2 seasons in a row. They're basically coming in with a lot of momentum. The schedule really favors them going down the stretch to really continue doing what they're doing. They're great on defense. Robert Merrill has been great from the running back position for them. And also Johnny Pickle, he's having a great season. One of the top quarterbacks as far as QBR goes in the league. And they're just complete team offensively, defensively, and they're playing as such.
A couple of underrated stats for London. They give up 65 yards per game on the ground. That's best in the SFL. Most people not giving them credit for that. And in plus 16 turnover differential, this team is not turning the ball over and turning other people over. And I think it's really going under the radar, these London Knights, number 2, pretty much the consensus around the SFL. Now, the media likes Carolina down at 14. Carolina's 4-4. Canton's also 4-4, and they came in at 14th in the other polls. So, Mike, Carolina, Canton, they're both 4-4. Who has the edge right now between a couple of teams trying to make a splash in the postseason?
I tell you what, Cam, I looked at both of these schedules going down the stretch. Neither one of them are going to have an easy road. Trust me. Carolina, they have a big game this weekend. I think tomorrow night against Baltimore, and Canton, they have a tough road themselves. So, if I just had to give it to someone, I'm going to lean Carolina because I like their defense. They've been pretty consistent all season long. They've let a couple of games get away here or there, but if I just had to take one, I would take Carolina right now over Kent.
I think the biggest difference right now is that Matt South's still turning the ball over a little too much for Carolina, and Cameron Curtis has stopped turning the ball over for Canton, and they've relied more on that ground game, gotten that ground game going a little bit more down the stretch of this season. But both teams right in the mix, right in that 13, 14, 15 range on the outside in, looking for the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see their run. Speaking of the playoffs, here's your updated standings after Week 9. We mentioned that Baltimore, for the first time this season, has moved ahead of London due to strength of victory. The two teams do not play each other this season in the regular season. D.C. moves up as Mexico City was on a bye this week, and if Mexico City falls this week, Arizona's also on bye. That could put their first-round bye in jeopardy for the Aztecs. Arizona is 5. You see Fort Worth has moved up to 8. The South is back to having all 4 of their teams into the playoffs right now. And Vancouver and Florida lead their respective divisions with 4-4 records. Florida leads Atlanta by 1 game, although they did win the head-to-head. And Vancouver leads Los Angeles and Portland by 1 game. Vancouver also, I believe, has the head-to-head over L.A., although that game is, yes, they did get the win. That feels like ages ago. I think that was just a few weeks ago. On the outside looking in, at the bottom there, we talked about Sioux Falls, or Canton and Carolina, rather, and then Sioux Falls is number 13. Minnesota leads 3 and 4 pile at 16, but don't count out the Legends just yet, although they have lost 3 in a row. Anything catch your attention about the playoff standings when they were released this week, Mike?
Well, we talk about this group of 4-4 teams are the 4-3 teams are teams right in that neighborhood. And the one that stands out to me are the Lone Star Glory, mainly because, Cam, the next 3 weeks they have, I think, Jacksonville, San Diego, and Florida. All of these teams are Jacksonville, a 1-win team, San Diego, a 2-win team, and Florida, they're struggling right there at 500. So that might be a game that's going to make a difference with Florida, especially now, especially with what Atlanta's doing right here through the first half. 4-4 team, a relatively easy schedule coming up until the last game. They got Mexico City, participated in the championship game last season. Lone Star could easily make a run here and set themselves up nicely in the playoff spot. Maybe possibly even get up to a bye week.
And Lone Star, they were a team that made the championship game last season, and we've been doubting them a lot this season just because they have been so up and down. But if they can catch fire late, it'll all be forgiven. They'll be right in the mix once again for chasing another title, and that'll be pretty interesting. Coming up on halftime in the Charleston-Sioux Falls game, and without Keith Swearingen, who went down with an injury, Charleston riddled with injuries this season. They still lead 7-6 over Sioux Falls late in the second quarter of that one, and knocking on the door for a touchdown as we watch Kentez flip it outside. But Charleston, without their leading man on offense, they're hanging with Sioux Falls so far today. What have you seen out of that game?
Yeah, of course, we did the update on the Big Sarah and Storm touchdown to start that game. After that, Sioux Falls has pretty much kept these guys in check. And then we mentioned the Keith Swearingen injury pretty much midway through the first or late in the first in that game. And right now, I pretty much see what we typically expect out of a Sioux Falls type team. It's going to be a tough, close scoring game for the most part. And that's what we see right here. Charleston, knocking on the door right now to possibly go up a couple of scores. But, it's going to be a tough 3 yards on the cloud of dust type game whenever you see the Sioux Falls Sparrows.
Just a bit of fun before we get back to the second half. Tomorrow's slate has 4 divisional games, all of them varying stages of rivalry, old and new, including Carolina-Baltimore. But Indy and Minnesota is the newest SFL rivalry. And these teams have been clapping at each other on social media, and it's gotten a little extreme to the point, Mike, that they have their own merchandise being sold for this game. Minnesota has, well, hold on a second. Let's see if there we go. Minnesota has Stomp Indy shirts with a check engine light on, and the Legend are selling that in their shop. And then Indianapolis has hashtag Legend Killer, and I believe that is a Sasquatch with tread marks on it, as if to have been run over. So who wore it best, Mike, and who you got in this matchup between two expansion teams trying to make their mark in this new second division rivalry?
Look, this has been going on. First of all, I don't know how this got started, but this has been going on from seems like day one that these guys were awarded franchises. I don't know what started it or how it got started, but I am not getting in the middle of that, Cam. I'm not going to say who wore it best. I don't want these guys making T-shirts or whatever about me, so I'll stay out of that. But, man, it has been fun seeing these guys kind of go back and forth with one another. It's just seems like it's going to be a great rivalry, both expansion teams in the same division. So we're going to see this for many seasons to come, man. I'm excited to see it Friday. I'm going to have my popcorn and sit and watch it and see who comes out on top.
It's 10 weeks of pent-up energy. They played twice in the last 5 weeks of the regular season, and from the moment the schedule came out, we were talking, oh, my gosh, Charleston just lost another player. That is the third player they have lost in the first half. They still lead Sioux Falls 10-6. It's always crazy around here in the SFL. Halftime, Atlanta leads Mexico City 38-6. Your final thoughts, Mike, on what Mexico City has to do the impossible here, the largest comeback in SFL history, if they can pull it off.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Cam, they're going to have to catch a few breaks. There's no big secret about that. We were talking about the Ramblers earlier. They now hold the biggest comeback in SFL history of 30 points a few weeks ago against Canton, but they caught a lot of breaks in that game to be able to do that. Mexico City is going to have to do a lot of that, a lot of quick scores, get on the board quickly, quick turnovers, like I said, possibly pick six, kick return, some type of, game-changing type play to get them back in it.
All right, Atlanta's up big. They're making Jack's data look foolish today with that 10.5 dogs. You can shove that. The Swarm all over the Aztecs here at the half. Ethan Muslin and Eric Vincent have your call in the second half. When we come back, this has been the APM Music Halftime Report as the SFL and NXT rolls on. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Hive in Atlanta, Georgia. Ethan Muslin, Eric Vincent here on the call on Next Level Sports. 38-6. Atlanta leading Mexico City. The Aztecs will get the ball to start the second half as the kick is underway from Sammy Steele. Dags will take it from his own goal line, up from the 10 to the 20. Going to push up the middle and get to about the 25-yard line. Mexico City has their work cut out for them. Hopefully they put together a pretty good strategy after the break.
Yeah, and I mean, they had a better second quarter than they did the first quarter, right? The only downside is their better second quarter consisted of 2 field goals and a pick six for the other team. So they're going to have some work to do here. They've got a good squad. They can make it happen. We're just going to have to see how it all pans out.
And an immediate stop in the backfield there for Phoenix Jones. He's wrapped up at the 23 for a loss of 2. And that's another big tackle from Joshua Williams.
Yeah, and this Atlanta defense has been very, very good, including rookie Grant Hardaway, who's had 2 picks, including a pick six here this afternoon. So great job by the Swarm defense continuing to show out.
Wilson to throw to the right side. It'll be completed to Bentley. And he'll get up to about the 30. And that's be about a 7-yard gain to make it up a 3rd down and 5.
And, you know, Mike St. Green talked about it on the halftime show. The problem that the Aztecs are going to face here in the second half is that they're going to have to play outside of their comfort zone. They're not going to follow their typical game plan because they got to one-up it. And that's where they're going to run into some issues, I feel, especially if Atlanta is going to continue to play dominant football.
Yeah, they're really going to have to go to the passing game here. As this pass here completed for the 1st down, caught by Mike Dags. Take it to the 36 for a 6-yard gain and move those chains.
And hey, now is the time. I remember in the first half, I was kind of poo-pooing on Matt Wilson and throwing these balls into coverage. Now's the time to go ahead and throw it in coverage. Who cares at this point? You're down by 32 points. There is nowhere to go but up. I've said that already, and hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt this time around.
It's definitely caution to the wind for the Aztecs as they throw here to the left side. That will be caught by Jacob McCall. Bring it out to just about the 46. They're going to say he's just short of the first down. It'll be 2nd and 1 coming up.
And it's been a very fluid drive so far for Mexico City. The only problem is they can't have fluid, they got to have fast. So they could do both, but they got to put the foot on the gas a little bit and get the ball into the end zone.
Going into the heavy set for 2nd and 1. Hand off to the left side. Taught in the backfield. Phoenix Jones cannot get the first down. Billy Ray Valentine with the loss.
And again, this Swarm defense has honed in on this rushing attack for the Mexico City Aztecs. They understand that they utilize these backs in short yardage situations, and they have honed in on that and put a stop to that. And it's been very difficult for the Aztecs running backs to get anything going so far.
They'll go back to a heavy I formation. Up to the left side. First down. Phoenix Jones shakes a couple of men. Gets wrapped up by Napier at the 47 of Atlanta. That's a big first down for the Aztecs.
And Ethan, us in the biz, we have a technical term for this. This is running angry. This is an angry run right here. Just lowering shoulders against every blue uniform that comes his way. Get off of me. Get off of me. I got places to be.
He definitely did. Managed to get the first down. Keeps the drive going for the Aztecs. Tight end flex to the right side. 3 receivers left. They'll fake the handoff to Wilson. They'll throw left. Tipped away. Incomplete. Ooh, man, that was Fletcher getting his hands on the ball. Almost had a tip play pick.
And Fletcher's already had a pick here this afternoon, so looking for another one. So many different picks across the board for this Swarm defense. And yeah, Wilson's going to have to check himself just a little bit. Throwing it into coverage is fine, but don't throw a boneheaded pass like that where you see only a blue uniform in front of you.
New Mexico City now in the Woolery set, 2-2. From Wilson under center. Quick step, throws right. Pass complete to Bentley. He'll get to the 40. Push ahead to the 38. They're saying he's just short of the first down. Probably about a half-yard short. They'll bring up 3rd down.
And I know they marked him short on the result of that play, but that's the type of play that you're looking for if you're the Aztecs. They want to go ahead and get their backs into space coming out of the backfield as receivers, and that gives them the big chunk plays, so then they could focus on them as runners and get first down yardage and more, hopefully for them.
Phoenix Jones getting the handoff here. He'll get the first down, pushes up to the 35, and gets tackled down to the 34. Another big first down for Mexico City. They are very nicely moving the ball.
Yeah, they are, but they are chewing. It's almost 4 minutes off the third quarter clock here, and that's not a recipe for success when you're down by 32 points.
Yeah, they're going to have to start getting a little more aggressive if they want to have a chance to get back into this game. 1st and 10 for Wilson. Big step drop, throwing to his left. Pass completed to Henry. Gets the first down and wrapped down to the 19-yard line. Big tackle from Aquantis Shine, but it's first down for the Aztecs in the red zone.
Yeah, and again, that was the type of pass that I was talking about. Wilson going to throw it into coverage there. Good positioning there by Aquanta Shine on the tight end. Just couldn't quite knock the football down. And Wilson threading the needle to Henry, getting plenty of yardage for the first down.
This will be the 11th play of the drive for the Aztecs. 1st and 10 at the 19. 3 receivers left, tight end to the right. Wilson from under center, faking a handoff. Gonna throw to the right side, caught by Daggs. Kicked up to the 12-yard line and tackled out of bounds by Cree Higgins. And it'll set up a 2nd down and 2.
And they had a little in and out combination towards the top of the formation there. And then Mike Daggs down towards the bottom, just running a little out route. Wilson to Daggs is always an impressive combo when you're in Mexico City.
Now going into the heavy I formation for 2nd down and 2. Tight ends from the left side. Wilson handing it off. Jones caught immediately after hitting the football and wrapped up and brought down by Leo Jefferson.
Mama, I don't want to mess with that man. That man is dangerous right there. Just came right up the middle. No one was going to touch Leo Jefferson on that play. Very impressive play by the D tackle on that.
Not at all. 6'6", 315 pounds trucking at you. He was going to get it for sure. Wilson up the middle. Caught and into the end zone. 6 puntos Aztecas. Touchdown for Terrell Cooper. And Matt Wilson gets the Aztecs into the end zone.
And that's a step in the right direction for sure. I mean, that goes without saying. But great first drive for this second half here for the Aztecs. And just really getting themselves going on a very positive drive, not making any mental errors, not any really bad throws, just marching the football down the field. Did it take a bunch of time off the clock? Yes. However, this is a good start in the right direction for the Aztecs. We'll see if their defense could go ahead and step up against the Swarm.
And keep in mind that it was a long drive for Atlanta, as the kick here is up and through from Cole Varner, that got Atlanta going as well in that first half. We'll take a quick break. On the other side of the break, they'll get a kickoff for Atlanta. They're leading it now 38-13 with 5:46 to go here in the third quarter. This is the SFL on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Atlanta here on Next Level Sports. Swarm getting the ball for the first time this second half as Fenimore is going to bring it up to the 21-yard line, the side of Atlanta's first drive for the second half. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for information about the league and its 28 teams, all the places you can watch live games, plus links to apparel from Sector 6 and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. See all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. They're going to hand off to Hollywood here on this first play. He breaks one man, but cannot get around the second defender. Dexter Jackson making that play for a gain of 2. We got to go to Charleston for a game break. Cam, what's going on, buddy?
Ethan, Charleston's down 3 players in this game, but their defense stepping up.
Yeah, defense been struggling all season, but not today, Cam. Jacob Clear right here with another big pick of Julian Tyree, and Charleston continues to lead this game 13-6.
Back to Ethan and Eric in Atlanta.
Thanks, Cam. The screen pass here to Hollywood's complete, and there's a couple of men missed. Stays on his feet, gets the first down up to the 32-yard line. A gain of 9 moves the chains.
And that's just Hollywood doing Hollywood things right there. I mean, that just a well-timed spin move, and then throws down a couple for good measure on Ben Charbs there to go ahead and get a couple extra yards. Just a very impressive run from a very impressive Hall of Fame running back.
Keeps the ball in Atlanta hands at the 33. Going into the heavy formation. Gonna screen it out to Hollywood, right side, has the catch. Gonna get a couple more yards up to the 36. Another gain of 3 for BDG. And then bring up 2nd down and 7. You see there, BG Hollywood currently 114 yards, 117 after that. 42 yards receiving, and now 45 on the receiving on the after that play. But 114 yards on the ground, including that 62-yard run for a touchdown.
Yeah, he's approaching the 200 mark on all-purpose scrimmage yards, and that's always a recipe for success.
Gonna throw it out to Hollywood again. Had to go back to get it. He'll get about a yard. He gets wrapped up and tackled by Jared Brody. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 6. A rare 3rd down and 6 for Atlanta, because they've been doing pretty well on those 1st and 2nd down plays.
Yeah, and this is going to be a pressure down here for the Aztec defense. We talked about it when we went to break. They got to get a cheapy touchdown somewhere, and they got to get one in a hurry.
The handoff to Hollywood here on 3rd down. Gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He goes nowhere. He'll only get as far to the 39. They'll credit him with 2 yards before getting taken down by Dexter Jackson. And that'll bring out the punting unit, and Mexico City's defense holds.
Yeah, and a great job by the Aztecs. Atlanta was 6 of 8 on 3rd down efficiency coming into that play. So a great job there by the Aztecs. Maybe they've went ahead and turned the corner here. We'll have to see how it goes. Again, being down 31 points, that would be the record if they were able to come back, Ethan.
They'll get it from about the 24, and Dags will set it up to the 26-yard line. It would be one of the bigger comebacks in SFL history, going from 35 points down in the 2nd quarter to come back and to win this game. It would be an incredible feat, but I wouldn't put it past the Aztecs to be sure.
Oh, absolutely. They've done similar things, and we've seen collapses in the SFL as well. So, absolutely this season as well.
Pass here completed to Dags. He'll get about 5 yards on the play. They'll say he's out of bounds at the 31. No forward progress made, so he'll get 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
And Mexico City, again, just going to have to do what they do best. Matriculate the football down the field, but try and be a little bit more efficient. Step outside your comfort zone a little bit more and see if maybe they can get a touchdown on the board before the 3rd quarter is done.
It would be a real good way to get back into this game. Handoff to Phoenix Jones. He's going to go nowhere, unfortunately. Wrapped up on that play by Diamond Blackwell. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 6.
And again, these running backs for Mexico City, they are impressive, but they do not break off these huge chunk plays. They're very much short yardage backs, and that's what's going to hurt Mexico City being down by so much right now.
Wilson on the quick step. He's going to hand it off to Bentley, but nothing happens on that play. A bit of a loss there as the tackle from Cree Higgins prevents the 1st down. It's going to be a 3 and out for the Aztecs.
And that play is a feast or famine there, Ethan. Yeah, that little shovel pass, we've seen it work to perfection where the defense just had no idea it was coming. And then we've seen it like that where it's just read perfectly. And it's just that kind of night for Mexico City, unfortunately.
They'll bring out George Amy to punt it. Bit of a low snap, but gets it away. Fair catch will be called at the 35-yard line. The SFL Network is coming to the ESTV Plus app. 24/7 SFL programming will include content created by the community, the SFL's greatest games from the archives, exclusive network content, and live SFL regular season games. Download the ESTV Plus app on your Android or iPhone, on your TV, or through Roku, Amazon Fire, Vizio, and more. The SFL Network, where SFL creators come together. Dynasty from under center. Gonna float it out, and it's a nice catch. Number 86, Jamal Wooding. Puts a nice little 3-yard gain on there for 2nd down.
And I was watching Ronnie Watson there in coverage, number 42. It looked like he could have possibly stretched up and gotten his hands on the football, possibly come away with a pick, and that would have been just what the doctor ordered for the Aztecs.
I formation with a receiver right side for 2nd down. Hand off to Hollywood. He cuts left. He'll have some room. Shakes one. Cannot shake the other as Dags helps make that play. Bringing Hollywood short of the first down. Will bring it to the 43 for a gain of 4.
And Jeffrey Daggs has had a couple of those plays here this evening. He had an interception over the middle of the field, the only interception that Dynasty has given up. He's had a couple clutch tackles, that one being the most recent of them. And now they've got a third down here where Mexico City can get the ball back.
And it's a big stop on that play. Hollywood got wrapped up by Bernard Patterson. Couldn't go anywhere. Falls down for a gain of 1. It'll be short of the first. And Atlanta will be forced to punt.
And you know what? It's looking like maybe Mexico City won't get a touchdown on the board before the third quarter is done. However, keeping Atlanta from scoring a touchdown in the third quarter is probably more important at this point.
Holding Atlanta to fewer points is the key here, as Lopan will kick this away to Daggs. He'll take him from about the 15. Takes 1 tackle, and will get break up to the 20-yard line. We got another update in Charleston. Take it away, Cam.
Thank you, Ethan. Sioux Falls into the end zone, Mike.
Yeah, first touchdown in this game since the opening kickoff. Julian Tyree finds Marcus Duncan in the right corner of the end zone. Is tied up at 13.
Tie game at 13. That game on twitch.tv/simulationfl. Back to Eric and Ethan in Atlanta.
Thanks, Cam. Wilson going to throw here on first down. A nice pass to Mike Daggs. It'll be just short of the line to gain. They'll mark him down at the 30. Want to shine there to make the tackle.
Yeah, and Mexico City loves the all slants play there. We saw it once again. We've seen it several different times over the course of the evening. And Atlanta's had Mexico City's number on that play, making play after play, interceptions several times on that play.
And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. It's time to throw off your 4s, your 12s, and your 86s, everybody. We got 1 quarter of football to play. Mexico City looking to make this close. They trail Atlanta 38-13. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Flip the field, and we'll be right back. Fourth quarter underway in Atlanta, Georgia. They are leading the Mexico City Aztecs 38-13. Little run there from Phoenix Jones, getting the first down, keeping the ball moving for the Aztecs. They're down 25 points. They got to do something here to get back into this game.
Yeah, they got to step outside their comfort zone a little bit, and I think that man right there is just the guy to do it. Go ahead and have Mike Daggs go ahead and run a 9 route, run a fly route, see what happens. Just throw it downfield.
And they will throw it downfield. It will be completed, and that is Jason Bartley making the reception up to the Mexico City 44. Another first down for the Aztecs. They're moving ever so slightly.
It's not 100% what I had in mind, but hey, that'll get them first down yardage. That'll move them in the right direction there and closer to the end zone, which ultimately is what they got to do here, being down by 25. We've seen weirder things happen in this league, though.
Yeah, down 4 scores in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to start getting aggressive and start scoring as quickly as possible. 3 receivers left, tight end to the right. Wilson going to throw to Daggs. He's got the catch, got the first down, cuts inside, and gets to the Atlanta 41-yard line for another first down.
And a very similar play, just a play ago, is how they got the first down to Bartley. This time, Wilson finding his best friend Mike Daggs for the first down there, as Daggs was able to creep out, found plenty of space, plenty of green grass, lax coverage from the Atlanta Swarm, was able to give them the first down for Mexico City.
Now inside Atlanta territory, just outside the 40. Going into that same set, 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Wilson faking the handoff, has some time, throws to the left side. It will be completed to Bartley. Stays on his feet down to the 24-yard line. Got Ryan down by number 23, Moose Papano. Another first down for Mexico City. That's 3 consecutive plays. Welcome back to the SFL here on Next Level Sports. Pass here to Bill Henry, completed as another first down for the Aztecs. 4 plays in a row where they've gone 10-plus yards.
Yeah, and they are doing an impressive job here on this drive, and that's what we were talking about. Step outside of your comfort zone, put your foot on the gas, go ahead and take some chances, move the football down the field in a timely manner, and get more points on the board.
Now 1st and 10 from the 14. 3 receivers. Wilson from the shotgun. Going to throw up the middle. It'll be completed. Another first down for Jacob McCall on another 11-yard play. Now 1st and goal to go.
And this is just a great job by Matt Wilson. He's just taking what the defense is giving him. Defense not playing up very close, although they're playing press coverage now, but they're not playing up very close before, and Wilson is just finding what he wants in that defense for first downs.
With the big step, Wilson throwing left, and one-handed, it's caught!
Wow.
Touchdown, Mexico City! Jacob McCall with a sliding catch!
That's just such an impressive play. You saw McCall break free there if you were watching the bottom of the screen, but Wilson waited and bought some time. McCall just did the rest with a nice sliding little baseball slide with the one-handed grab. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. That was a beautiful catch for a score.
A fantastic catch, which was capping 5 consecutive plays of 10-plus yards in that last drive, going 9 for 75 for that 3-yard touchdown. As the kick here is up, and it is through. Now 38-20, an 18-point deficit for Mexico City now with about 7.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Kick here for Fenimore is going to take it from the goal line. Bops off one defender, going to get wrapped up to about the 25-yard line. A nice little secondary run there after he got hit at about the 15-20-yard line. Get some extra yards for the Swarm.
Yeah, and Ethan, here's what it comes down to. All of a sudden, 18 points doesn't seem quite so unreasonable. 7.5 minutes to go. Time is certainly a factor for Mexico City. A stop here would do wonders for them. A turnover would be even better.
Yeah, they're going to have to really press the clock here a little bit. Bryant Dynasty going to throw to his left side. Going to get another first down. And boy, oh boy, these offenses are spouting off 11 yards apiece on these plays as Jamal Wooding makes that catch for the first.
And look, Atlanta has lost 3 straight coming into this. This is a comfort game for them. It's a gut-wrenching game for them because they know they have gut check time, being 3-5 coming into playoff scenarios. But this is a comfortable game for them playing at home in the Hive, and they've been looking very, very good. They want to make sure that they get that 4th win and stop that slide.
Screens pass to Hollywood is caught for another first down. That's another 13 yards on the play. Brings it out of bounds to the 49-yard line. Boy, BDG just having a great day, both on the ground and in the air.
Yeah, it seems like anything you can do, I could do better, and that's what Atlanta is doing right now. A nice little shimmy step there to break the ankles of poor Liam Ryan for Mexico City. But man, yeah, if the Aztecs want any shot at keeping themselves in the ball game here, it's a good thing that Atlanta keeps going out of bounds to stop the clock momentarily, but they got to get a big play here. Mexico City does.
The important thing is to get no points on this drive. Dynasty stepping back. Going to throw here to the left side. Tipped away, incomplete. And that is how you do it. Liam Ryan knocking that pass away. Dags was there to nearly make the pick, but they'll take the incompletion.
And you know, Liam Ryan was out for some revenge on that one. He got his ankles broke a little bit, got him taped up, went right back out there and was like, nope, I want that ball. Didn't come away with the interception, but a great play nonetheless.
An important thing here, stops the clock with 7:01 to go. They're going to need as much time as possible to get back into this football game. Heavy set for 2nd and 10. Dynasty stepping back, going to screen it out to Hollywood. Into a little bit of coverage. And caught down for a 2-yard loss. Tackle there from Jermaine Menefield. And now a 3rd and 11 situation coming up for the Swarm.
Menefield has been quiet as well. He had a big first quarter of play. After that, we haven't really called his name a whole lot. A great play there by the young corner to go ahead and make that stop and the tackle for loss.
Now a 3rd down and 11. 4 receivers, 3 to the right side. Dynasty going to throw down the middle, and it's completed! Ihonis Adobe gets it inside Mexico City territory with a big first down.
And he had a clutch touchdown reception just a week ago against Fort Worth, his first on the year. And this is another one right here. Very nice route, finds a hole in the zone, and a good pass by Bryant Dynasty to extend the drive.
On 3rd down and 11, Jonas Adobe ends up going 21 yards on his first catch of the day to bring it into the Aztec 29. Now 6:02 to go in the football game. 1st and 10, 2 receivers left. Dynasty from under center. It's quick step. Has a little pass. Completes it. And it'll get about a 4-yard gain on that one. And that is Alan Chisholm again making the catch. That's his 2nd catch of the day.
And that's a smart play by Bryant Dynasty. He knows at this point that the clock is the enemy for the Aztecs, so he wanted to make sure that he hit the crossing route over the middle of the field if he didn't find anything downfield, and that's exactly what he did. Kept the clock going.
2nd down and 5 from the 24. Little screen pass to Hollywood. He's got room for the first down. Oh, shakes one, gets the first down. Just enough before he got run over by Ronnie Watson. Brings it up to the 18 for another first down for the Swarm.
And again, BDG doing BDG things as he goes down another spin move that was very impressive. And again, keeps himself in bounds so the clock continues to roll as they continue to move the football down on this drive.
Now less than 5 minutes to go here in the game. Dynasty starting to change the play up a little bit here. 8 seconds to go on the play clock. Takes the snap, pump fakes, screens out to Hollywood, goes up the middle, and going to get about a yard on that one. And going to get round up by, looks like that was Watson once again. And they'll set up second down at the 17.
Yeah, and Watson's had himself a very active game. Double-digit tackles here this evening for him. And he's been an impressive part for this Aztec defense. But again, the Swarm slowing things down, making sure they stay in bounds, don't take any chances, and keep the clock going.
Big set for 2nd and 9. Hollywood in the backfield. And you see there, they're draining this clock. Play clock now down to 5. Dynasty to throw. Screens out to Hollywood. He'll make the catch. Gets up to the 15, and that's where he'll get wrapped up. It'll be a gain of about 2 before Fowler makes the stop. Now a 3rd and 7 situation for Atlanta.
Yeah, and Mexico City is just watching every opportunity at this football game go down the drain with every completed pass in bounds. They had several opportunities, especially that 3rd and long, when Dynasty completed it over the middle of the field to Adobe. And the Aztecs have had several opportunities to get the offense of the Swarm off the football field. They just haven't been able to do it.
Now the 3rd down and 7. This is a big play for the Mexico City defense. Dynasty with 3 receivers. He'll throw right side. Pass caught. Touchdown Atlanta. Siege Falco with the first score of the game for him. And that just about seals it for the Swarm. They're up 44-20 with less than 3 to go.
You know it's a good day at the office when Siege Falco only has to catch 2 balls during the course of the entire evening. And that was just his 2nd reception there. This one for a touchdown. And it's a good day at the office for the Swarm.
Yeah, so Siege Falco's got a touchdown. Boot Chisholm with a touchdown. But it's BDG with 3 touchdowns on the ground just all by himself. It's been a great effort from the air and from the ground on the Atlanta offense. But it's been... They have just been on fire for this entire game. Steele to kick the extra point. It is up and through. Now 45-20, a 25-point lead for Atlanta. Back to a 4-score difference with 3:25 left to go. 4 divisional games are on tap tomorrow in the SFL, and you can catch all of them on the SFL's YouTube channel. Carolina and Baltimore settle an old score in a new division battle in the Atlantic. Queen City and London meet for the 10th time. Indianapolis and Minnesota finally find out who will win, the first of many classics, and Vancouver meets Seattle in the Pacific Northwest. Subscribe to one of the fastest growing YouTube channels out there at youtube.com/simulationfl. That coverage will start at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And that return from Dags will take it up to the 22-yard line. So now down 4 scores. You figured Mexico City's just going to have to try to just start heaving it.
Yeah, they're going to have to. I mean, they've got no other option at this point with just a little bit over 3 minutes to go. Yeah, they're going to have to start just heaving the football down the field and see what sticks.
They're going to go 2 and 2 here for first down. Wilson going to take a big step. Going to heave it down the middle, and it will be caught. A fantastic catch from Jason Bartley. Brings it up to the 44. Nice 22-yard gain, and they'll get back into the 2 and 2 set. Wilson from under center. Dime pack for the Swarm. Quick step. Throws here, and that's complete. Another 7-yard gain there, and that was Mike Daggs with the reception. As they go back to reset. 2:51 now remaining. Big step. Pass down the middle. Good for a first down. A nice big run. Gets it up to the Atlanta 39. And it was Nick Lockett making his first catch of the day. Here was Wilson again. Another big step, and that's one for Mike Daggs. He'll get 8 yards on that one as we get to 2:30 to go. Going into this no-huddle offense once again. They're really loving this set. Wilson under pressure. Rossett gets the first down. Nick Lockett with another catch to bring it to the 26. Boy, he got hit as he threw that, but managed to make the catch. Wilson now in the quick step. Throws it up. Gets the... No, it's incomplete. Didn't get anything on that one. Got hit as he got caught. And that'll stop the clock with 2:13 to go.
Yeah, and you saw right there, Ethan, that there were plenty of options for the Aztecs to go to within that formation, and it was a wise decision to stay within that formation, go the no huddle, and keep Atlanta out there. Atlanta had themselves a good defensive formation, dime formation, as we mentioned, only 3 down linemen. They were there to combat that 2-and-2 look, that 4-wide look, but Mexico City just ran it a little bit better.
They're going to go 3 wide to the left side here for second down. Quick pass here to Ray Bentley. Is going to get caught out of bounds. No, they doesn't get out of bounds, but they'll give him the first down, and they will not get back to the line in time. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in Atlanta. Mexico City trying to get back into the hunt of things. They're trailing Atlanta 45-20. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music here on Next Level Sports. Take a breath and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Atlanta. 2 minutes to go here with Mexico City driving. Ethan Muslin, Eric Vincent here on the call. Got to give some love to Ron Haynes and our other statisticians, Mr. Mark Chisholm, as that pass is incomplete, intended for Mike Daggs. And there's a penalty marker on the play.
Number 20.
That is a call of pass interference on the defense. And that will put the ball... I think that should put the ball at the 1-yard line since it did occur in the end zone.
Yep, it'll put the ball at the 1-yard line, and that did look like DPI just at first glance there. Good call there by the referee, and that'll set up Mexico City nicely to punch it in the end zone.
And in addition, it will stop the clock with 1:57 to go, so they'll have a chance to close the gap here. First down and goal at the 1. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Wilson gonna fling out the screen pass into the end zone. Touchdown, Mexico City. Ray Bentley gets it into the end zone and makes it a little bit closer for the Aztecs.
Yeah, and what do you think, Ethan? You thinking they're going to go for 2 here to make it a 17-point ball game?
And I think at this point they're gonna have to go for a 2-point conversion eventually. They're down 25. They're gonna have to go for 2 of them. So you either do it now or you do it never. And I think they're going to just go... And this actually makes a little bit more sense, going for the extra point.
Might as well take the points. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Yeah, don't count them before they cross the road, and I don't remember how the rest of that goes.
Yeah.
Cole Varner to kick the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Now 45-27. Atlanta now leading. Again, it's an 18-point game, so still a 3-score difference, and of course they're going to have to go for the onside kick.
Again, we've seen weirder things happen.
And that's been the SFL in a nutshell. You see some of the crazier things happen in this league as this kick is up, and it is returned by Atlanta. That one picked up by number 31, Justin Simmons. So Atlanta will take over at the Mexico City 40.
Yeah, and that's not going to do Mexico City any favors.
Yeah, not in any way whatsoever. Coming up on the APM Music postgame show, Cam and Michael wrap up this matchup between the Aztecs and Swarm. We'll also have first reactions to Sioux Falls, Charleston, and preview tonight's slate of games across the SFL family of networks, Vegas and Louisiana, and Fort Worth, San Diego. That's all coming up on the APM Music postgame show. As that run out to Hollywood will go out of bounds for a loss of 1, stopping the clock with 1:47 to go.
And that's what Mexico City wants. They want to go ahead and get themselves a stop, get themselves an opportunity to get the football back with as much time as possible. Hopefully save those timeouts as well.
And they do have the secondaries in for this game. That's Ace Goodhart under center. We'll have twins to the left. Run here up the middle will be good for about 2 yards. Mexico City will take their time out. And I believe that was Riley Freeman making the run. Yes, it was. So it'll be up 3rd down and 9. 1:43 to go.
And not a whole lot of opportunity left for the Aztecs. With the second unit in for the Swarm, you have to sense that they feel like they have this thing in hand. So it's going to be difficult for Mexico City to get any momentum at this point.
Run here to the right side will be another 4 yards as another timeout taken from Mexico City with another run from Freeman. Going to set up 4th down and 6. It might be doable with a field goal. It would be a 52-yard attempt if they went for it. But it looks like they'll just go ahead and punt it away with Pan.
Yeah, they're going to want to pin Mexico City back as deep as possible, not tempt giving Mexico City, that is, decent starting field position to take over if they miss the field goal.
They'll try to go for the coffin kick here. Pan kicking it down to the right side. They'll let this go, and it will roll out of bounds at the 10-yard line. We have a quick game update from Charleston. Tell us what's going on, Cam.
Thank you, Ethan. Mike St. Green, Sioux Falls defense rules the day.
Yeah, the Sioux Falls defense has really played great all game long. John Barnhart here with an interception, brings it all the way back inside Charleston territory. No offensive touchdowns for Charleston all day, Cam.
Sioux Falls trying to close it out with under 3 to go. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Cam. This pass here complete from Wilson to Henry. They'll call their final timeout. Great job by Matt Wilson getting out of the shadow of his end zone.
Yeah, and it was a good play call as well. And actually looks like that was Mike Daggs with the reception there.
That was my mistake there. That is the classic Wilson to Daggs connection.
Yeah, and you pointed it out, Ethan. Great play there. And that's a great day for Mike Daggs, averaging 10 yards a catch. But just didn't quite show up on the scoreboard, unfortunately, for him.
So with no timeouts now, 1:28 to go, Mexico City's going to have to start hauling it. Pump fake here from Wilson. Pass will be completed down the middle to Nick Lockett. It'll be good for a 1st down. Bring it up to the Mexico City 45. Clock's continuing to tick away. Now 1:16. Wilson with a step. Going to throw right side. Pass completed down to Jason Portley. He gets out of bounds at the 31-yard line, stopping the clock with 1:12 to go.
This is where things get a little dicey with the second unit still in. Mexico City is able to throw the football a little bit easier against the second string defenders, although there were a couple starters out there right there. I saw Jay Miraculous out there and Don Fletcher, so who knows? Maybe they put the first string back out there, and Mexico City's looking a little bit better now.
They probably have the first string on defense, probably to keep things like that from happening. 1st and 10 Three receivers right. Wilson, quick step, pass down the middle, completed, good for a first down, gets down to the 19. That's Bartley again with the reception. He's over 100 yards receiving on the day. 1 minute to go now. Wilson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, gonna pass out right side, caught and tackled inbounds for a 5-yard gain. Another catch for Bartley. Sets up second down and 5. Penalty marker on this play, might be a free one. And that one to Bentley is caught back to the line. But we might have a free 5 yards here, but more importantly, stopping the clock with 44 seconds to go.
Neutral zone infraction, number 27, defense.
And it is an offsides call on Don Fletcher. Causes a free 5 yards for the Aztecs. That's going to basically give them a first down.
Yeah, and more importantly, as you mentioned, Ethan, it stops the clock for Mexico City. So they've got another opportunity to get themselves into the end zone. It's not quite over yet. It's close, but it's not quite.
And they're not giving them the first. They're going to say it's second down in inches. Wilson will have three receivers right. Has time, throws to the left side, overthrew his receiver, incomplete, intended there for McCall. And they'll stop the clock with 40 seconds, third and inches coming up.
Yeah, and you got to go to the air here. You can't run the ball, get the first down because you don't have any timeouts left. So you gotta throw the ball, get yourselves in the end zone. You got a couple shots at it here.
Couple opportunities to get it a little bit closer. Wilson in the shotgun, twins to his left. He'll take the snap. Has time. Gonna throw to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Mike Daggs!
And there you go. He had himself a day, over 10 yards a catch, and he finally got himself into the end zone. Great night for Mike Daggs, and Mexico City is inching themselves back into this ball game here, as it looks like they're going to go for the extra point still to make this an 11-point ball game. And again, it's still not quite over. We'll have to see how the onside kick comes about.
Yeah, they'll still need to get the onside kick. That touchdown for Mike Daggs, that's number 68 of his career, tying with Chris Curtis for the time being at 12th all-time as the extra point is up and good, making it 45-34. Yeah, Mexico City's going to need this onside kick. Otherwise, it's game over. It'll be one knee for Atlanta, and that will be it. They got to come up with this kick. It's got to go 10 yards. And looks like this might go in Atlanta's hands. Ball is bobbled out. It's still in hands. Oh, it is picked up by Atlanta.
Mexico City got it.
Oh, my goodness. That is unbelievable. Yeah, that's David Lopez. I thought Atlanta had his hands on that ball. No, it's picked up by Mexico City.
Wow. You got to be kidding me. Jeez.
Wow. An incredible special teams play keeps Mexico City in it, but they got to go deep and they got to go quick. They'll have 34 seconds to do it. First and 10 from the 47. Wilson stepping back. Gonna heave one down the middle. And it's intercepted! Jay Miraculous with the clutch pick, and that will seal the deal.
And that's basically just how this evening has gone for Atlanta. You know, they came out to the hot start, a little bit of a slower second half. They let Mexico City kind of crawl back into it, but every opportunity, every bounce of the ball has gone the way of the Atlanta Swarm, and that is a prime example of it right there. The defense slamming the door shut on Mexico City. Atlanta's going to get their fourth win of the season.
And it's an interesting little bookend as well, with Matt Wilson throwing that pick on the first play on offense and then throwing a pick for the last play on offense. It's kind of a foreboding little bookend for Mexico City, as Atlanta will now go to 4-5. Mexico City falling down to 6-2. But as far as I can see, they will still be at the top of the South Division. That Tex-Mex division is full of very, very good clubs. And that's going to be just a bump in the road for the Aztecs, you would think, as the season comes to its conclusion. Zeros on the board, and Atlanta comes away with a victory over Mexico City, 45-34. Eric, tell me your thoughts on this one.
Well, very clearly, the difference in this ball game were the turnovers. As you saw, Mexico City with 6 turnovers today, that clearly bit them in the butt early on. They rebounded nicely in the second half. They played a very good, very clean second half of play. Just too many mistakes over the course of the entire ball game, and Atlanta took advantage of those mistakes. They put up points off of turnovers. They were able to make sure that they did just enough to keep Mexico City out of arm's reach. And this was a gut check game for Atlanta to keep themselves in the race for the East Division. And they did that here this evening. They came out with win number 4 that keeps themselves in the hunt with the Florida Storm. And for Mexico City, you mentioned it, it's a very tough Tex-Mex division down there in the South with Houston and Fort Worth and Lone Star all right there, nipping Mexico City at the heels. This does them no favors here as they are going to fight Fort Worth next week. And they're going to do it at the border, but it's going to be a tough game for them.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one because if Mexico City were to lose that one, suddenly you've got 3 clubs with 3 losses, and it's literally anybody's division. 500 might be enough for 4th place in that division. That's how good they are. And it's kind of shocking with all those turnovers because Mexico City was plus 13 going into this game. BDG Hollywood, player of the game, for 14 attempts, 121 yards, and 3 touchdowns, 65 yards receiving. He had himself quite the day. We'll take a quick break and get over to the 8 p.m. Music Post-Game Show with Cam and Mike. This has been Ethan Muslin and Eric Vinson for the SFL on Next Level Sports. We'll see y'all next time. Cam and Mike are on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to SFL Post Game with Mike St. Green and Cameron Irvine. Winners, the Atlanta Swarm. They held off Mexico City, although the game was never really in doubt. 45-34. Mike, your thoughts on Atlanta, and can they make the playoffs now at 4-5?
Of course they can, Cam, because don't look now, but they're only a half game behind the Florida Storm. Huge win for them. game was never really in doubt. Yeah, Mexico City, did come back very nicely in the second half, but the work had already been done in the first quarter. Really, great game from Bryant Dynasty. It seems like the Swarm said, "Hey man, let's dial it back a little bit. Let's not turn it over." Only one interception on the game. He did add to his league leading touchdown total with a couple of touchdowns to Chisholm and Falco, and then the rest was BDG. They really got the ball in his hands. Several receptions on the day, as well as 3 touchdowns rushing to go along with 121 yards, and just a great all-around game from the Atlanta Swarm.
Sioux Falls beats Charleston 29-16. They go to 5-4. Charleston's basically out of it at this point, playing for next season. It's been a tough season for them, lots of injuries. One week it's the defense, 1 week it's the offense. And before we go, huge congratulations to Jeff Gagne, beautiful baby girl born yesterday morning. Evelyn is the name. So congrats to Jeff Gagne, the great linebacker over in London. Tonight, Vegas takes on Louisiana coming up in about 10 minutes on the SFL's YouTube channel, youtube.com/simulationfl. They will be paying tribute to Leonard Butler Sr., who passed away last week. So we are looking forward to seeing that, and just wanting to see the best for Louisiana and all their fans. So that's going to do it for us here at the SFL, presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Atlanta gets the upset win here on a Thursday night. We'll be back with you next Saturday here on Next Level Sports. Until then, Mike and I will see you around. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night, everybody.